What makes a great golf course? A world-class designer, location, and layout all help. And it just so happens that Scarborough Golf and Country Club has all that and more. Just a 20-minute drive from the heart of Canada's largest city, this private golf course is ranked 69th best in Canada in our 2014 Top 100.
Well, it's a great old traditional golf course. It's been around for 100 plus years. It's an exciting time to be around the club. We're really focusing on being a premier club and offering premier experiences, but we've got a big focus on family as well.
Dating back over a century to 1912, it's one of the oldest golf clubs in Canada. The original course was designed by Canadian Golf Hall of Famer George Cumming, but the course you see today was built by A.W. Tillinghast, one of North America's premier golf designers. Some of his most famous designs include Baltusrol, Wingfoot, and the host of the 2002 and 2009 U.S. Open, Bethpage Black. But Scarborough is Tillinghast's only layout in Canada.
Yeah, the golf course, it's a real old traditional style, so there is a lot of elevation changes throughout the holes. You'll see a lot of Tillinghast courses where he does have his signature out on the course with the shape of the greens, with the layout of the fairways, and with his target bunkers for people to aim at off the tees.
The esteemed club has also hosted several prestigious tournaments, including our country's national championship. It's held the Canadian Open on 4 different occasions, seeing winners such as Sam Snead, Bobby Locke, Dave Douglas, and most recently Doug Ford back in 1963. In addition, Scarborough was the host of the 2012 Canadian Tour Championship, where BC native Eugene Wong holed out on the final hole to capture a thrilling event by a stroke. Located on a stunning piece of land, the architects didn't need to manipulate the contours of the property. There are no artificial water hazards either, as Highland Creek weaves through the property, providing aesthetics and adding strategy. Scarborough's most distinguished trait is its short par 4s. It has several holes that play less than 350 yards, but what they lack in yardage, they make up for in subtle dangers, making club selection and accuracy crucial. The course plays as a true classic.
It's that kind of course that you can come back, whether you play the blues, the blacks, the silvers, you can always be challenged, whether you want to play a 4-iron, maybe get aggressive, hit a driver. We always joke that the par 4 7th is the toughest par 5 in Ontario because it plays so tough depending how you attack it. I just think that the prestige and the history of the course adds a lot to it. Obviously having a Tillinghast course in Canada that we get to play every day is pretty special.
Scarborough is not overwrought with fairway bunkers. Where they're used for precise purposes, often as markers at which to aim. Greenside bunkers, recently redone by Ian Andrew and Gil Hance, are perfectly placed and vary in size and depth, making it difficult to get up and down. At just over 6,500 yards, this par 71 course requires more brains than brawn. The course tees off with a long par 5 that gets you into your round. The fairway is generous enough, though you certainly can't play without some caution. A big back-to-front sloping green awaits approach shots. Of the course's many great holes, the 4th stands as one of Scarborough's signatures. The club claims that Arnold Palmer even named it as one of his favorite holes. The long downhill par 3 to a green guarded by the creek is an intimidating tee shot to be sure.
It's a beautiful par 3, and you're looking at probably about 180 yards to the middle of the green. Usually there's a prevailing westerly wind, so it's always a little bit into your face. Depending if there's wind or not, I actually play it to the true yardage despite the elevation. Great hole. There's a little creek on the side of the hole, which a few stories have come off of that. There was a hole-in-one made once with a ball landing in the creek, bouncing onto the green, and then rolling into the hole.
The shortest par 4 is number 7, nicknamed Gray's Ace, after Ontario Golf Hall of Famer Bob Gray, who once holed his tee shot there. It measures just 270 yards from the back tee and is drivable for the big hitters.
Hole number 7, oh, that's an interesting hole. That's a complete risk-reward hole. If there was a definition for that, it would be number 7. You can hit driver and take a chance and hit it onto the green. However, it is well guarded by lots of bunkers and a lot of trees around the green.
The downhill left-to-right par 4 17th is a great penultimate hole with deadlock matches often decided here. The tee shot must be precise and well thought out.
Players either just a friendly round or competing in the match, they're going to reach the 17th hole. It's another elevated tee. For the big hitters, it's not driver, it's usually hybrid or iron off the tee, strategically placed in the middle of the fairway, dogleg left, hitting over a creek to get onto the green. It's a hole that can make or break a round.
On the 18th, golfers are faced with a unique shot that they don't see very often, hitting it over a road. While it's unlikely to encounter a car, the nerves will still be flowing. Across the road is another winding and rolling fairway with an elevated green to finish your round. If you thought your round was over or your match would end in a tie, think again. The unique 19th hole will finish the job with one of the toughest undulating greens you'll ever see.
We call it our betting hole. So if a match is still all tied after the 18th, one of the great parts of Scarborough is coming to the 19th. It plays about 132 yards to a very small green, and looking at the green with the clubhouse right behind it does play into your head a little bit.
Through all 19 holes, you'll experience some fantastic greens, some of the best in Canada. And after the golf, it doesn't get much better than heading to the gorgeous veranda.
The greens, I've golfed across Canada, United States, a lot of places, and I would put our greens up against any greens in Canada. They're phenomenal. And after the round, honestly, you come for a beer after on this patio, it's spectacular. A lot of the guys come back and have great times and tell stories on the patio. You just can't beat it. It's a phenomenal place to be. I wouldn't play anywhere else.
Being a member at Scarborough means more than just world-class golf. Similar to many top-notch clubs in Canada and the world, the camaraderie is one of the highlights. The clubhouse at Scarborough Golf and Country Club is the original Victorian structure that opened in 1914, featuring an elegant setting with all of today's modern amenities. And with a 6-sheet curling rink in the winter, Scarborough stands as one of the best private facilities not only in Toronto, but in all of Canada.
We've got a great golf course, we've got a great clubhouse, and we've got a great membership, which we don't really talk about a whole lot. But they're a fun-loving group, they like to enjoy themselves. There's no stuffiness here, it's about having some fun, and so that's a big part of the social aspect of the club as well, so big component.
If you're a serious golfer or just enjoy the game casually, getting out at Scarborough is a must. Designed by one of the most noted architects in the golf world, you won't want to miss playing A.W. Tillinghast's only golf course in Canada.